Alongside Craig Button for TSN's annual Core 4 Under 24 project. Right now, we're focused on Canada's Eastern Conference teams. Quick reminder, the Core 4 is a ranking of all 32 NHL teams based on their organizational talent under the age of 24 as of the start of this regular season. Canada's best-ranked Eastern team is the Ottawa Senators. Craig, they're 7th overall. In terms of young tandems across the league, Stützle and Sanderson have to be among the very best, no?
Absolutely, they're amongst the very best. I mean, you're looking at Tim Stützle. He's a superstar. I mean, what he did last season and what he's continuing to do this season, clearly establishing himself in that category of players. And then you're watching the emergence of Jake Sanderson on the blue line, somebody that can control the game in every significant fashion. And when you take these two players, an elite number one superstar center, a number one defenseman, it should come as no surprise that takes the Ottawa Senators to number one amongst the Canadian teams in the East. And certainly to your point, Gino, absolutely two of the best young 24 and under players in the entire National Hockey League.
Did you see this coming with Stützle, this huge upside with him?
I saw it. I think he's exceeded what I thought he could be. I mean, coming into the league, I thought that he could be an elite player, but maybe a little bit sooner than I expected. But no doubt that he could be exactly that. And Jake Sanderson, exactly the same situation. I had no doubt about Sanderson's abilities, but he has shown that he can be a number one pillar defenseman.
Great talent. Okay, on to the Montreal Canadiens now, who come in at number 10 overall. Interesting mix of young talent in Montreal. How did this group sneak into your top 10?
Well, they have such a group of depth. So you only see the top 4 players in their organization, but you're looking at a team and an organization that has lots of depth throughout the group and a lot of promising depth. And you can go into the blue line, to the forward group. We know what Cole Caulfield has done. Caden Gooley has shown that he can take on big minutes and be a top pair defenseman. Juraj Slafkovsky is still a player that's developing. And let's keep this in mind. He's a developing player. Do I think that he will be elite, Gino? No, I don't. But do I think he can become a really important cog in future years of success for the Montreal Canadiens? Absolutely, I believe he can do exactly that.
All right, Craig, now we got to slide all the way down to the 27th spot to find the Toronto Maple Leafs. No surprise to see thinner prospect depth on a team that's trying to contend here and now. So let's focus on Matthew Knies. How impactful do you think he can be for this Leafs team?
I think his impact can be significant for 2 reasons. Number one, the on-ice impact. He's a smart player, powerful player, shown that he can play with top-end players, of which the Leafs have a lot of those types of players. Number 2, he's on an entry-level contract. So when you're an organization that has so much money poured into so few players, to be able to have a player, Matthew Knies, come in and contribute and make an impact at the upper parts of your lineup, that is significant. And I think that Matthew Knies is showing that his impact can be exactly that.
Given where we are in the cap era right now, you need somebody to produce on those entry-level contracts. For much more on the Core 4 project, be sure to visit tsn.ca throughout the week. Our Director of Scouting, Craig Button.